Well guys, we are still waiting on all of the lifts to show up for the new shop. We have 3 lifts incoming. So that gives us a reason and a chance and an opportunity to work on this. This thing right here. My beloved Mark IV Toyota Supra. This thing is beautiful. It's missing a few key touches that I like to do on all the cars. So the first thing I want to get done today, hopefully I can get it done today, is tinting all of the windows. And then I have a few other little parts to install when we're done with the tint. I was this close to ripping off the factory antenna. It sticks up so high. All right, so on the Supra, for tint percentages, I'm gonna be going pretty light on the front windshield. I'm gonna be doing a 40% on there. The side 2 windows are gonna be 15%, and then the very back window is gonna be 5. That is one of my favorite combos. I have gone quite a bit darker before and I've gone lighter, but those are the percentages I prefer. Now, before you go ahead and have someone tint your windows the same darkness that I go, check with your local laws, because I don't want to get you guys in trouble if that is illegal in your state. Before I do any sort of talking or guides or tutorials or anything, I'm going to try my hand at one of these windows to make sure I still got it. It's been at least half a year since I tried to tint last. Let's give this a shot. Somehow, some way, after all this time, I still got it figured out. It did take me 3 tries. The first 2, for some odd reason, this tint is rolled up opposite of what I'm used to. So these will be good for the driver's side because they were inside out. 3rd try, I did it properly with no defects. Let's go ahead and do these big side windows first. Now, I already have the door panels removed. That will make life a whole lot easier because I am a noob when it comes to tinting. Now, this car has some pretty intense hard water staining on the windows. This stuff right here, BioClean, a local window shop, Northwest Auto Glass, recommended this to me, and it seems to be working perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean the outside of the window first with this product, and we can get started. So this window is cleaned, ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is wet the outside of the window. We're gonna roll the tint out up on there, cut a section off, and then we need to cut it to the exact shape of this window. The tint is cut to the exact shape and size of the window. Now we're gonna go ahead and open the door. We're gonna scrub and clean the inside of the window because that is, of course, where the tint goes. There can't be any dirt or dust or nothing on the inside of the window. So after the inside is cleaned, we're gonna go to the outside, pull off the backing, and apply the tint to the inside of the window without touching the inside of the tint, because then you'll see your fingerprints. So now that the tint is on, I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly tack it on with a small squeegee, just to make sure it lines up exactly where it needs to be. And then if it does, I'll go through with a power squeegee and get all the water out. The full window's tinted. Now, as you can see right here, we have a problem. That is bunched up because the window does have a nice curvature to it. So what we need to do is go ahead and shrink that. Excess vinyl that you need to shrink has to be running vertical. You cannot shrink a horizontal line. So what we're gonna do is grab a heat gun and a hard squeegee and shrink that tint up. Can someone remind me why I waited this long to tint this car? One of my favorite cars, looks wise, but it looked so ugly with no tint. So here is an after, and here's a before. Look at how light these windows are. 100% light and goes through them. Well guys, so far I'm 2 for 2. Not a single piece of speck of dirt or hair or anything in either one of these windows I just got done. Very, very, very happy with that. I struggled with learning how to tint for a very, very long time. I attempted on my Type R and the yellow Evo 8 and my new Duramax, and I finally got it all figured out. The last window I did before doing the Supra was the giant windshield on the Duramax, and that took like 4 or 5 tries, if I remember correctly. It was a pain, but this thing, my friends, this thing is coming out beautiful. Let's go ahead and do the passenger side. The passenger side is now complete. That was fun and easy. Let's do something hard. This rear window is quite curved on the hatch, so we need to figure out how to tint that. And being that it has these defroster lines in it, we got to be a little bit more careful. All right, so I got the rear glass tint fully shrunk and cut to the window. Now we need to go ahead and apply it to the inside of the glass. This is a big window. It's a little bit stressful. Let's see if we can get it my first try. Rear glass is complete. I somehow got this done my first try. I've never been able to do something like this my first try. There is some soap marks underneath the tint. I'm hoping those dissipate after it completely dries out. If not, I probably will have to redo this, but I think they will. She's looking much, much better already. We have one window left, just a nice light tint on the windshield, and this thing will be fully tinted. After 3 attempts, the windshield is finally complete and the entire car is now fully tinted. This thing looks so much better. Now we do have a little problem, but I can't pinpoint why we are having this problem. It looks like there is soap left underneath that is somehow dried up. So I do think I'm gonna have to rip off the tint on the rear window and redo the whole thing. I do want to get it pulled off before it gets fully stuck on the glass, and we have to get all of the glue off as well. So let's just go ahead and do that damage now. The rear window is redone. Once again, it's not completely perfect. I don't know what this is. I don't know what is going on here. It's much better, but it's still not 100% perfect like I wanted on the Mark IV. But I must say, this thing looks a whole lot better fully tinted out versus no tint whatsoever. All right, let's finish off this day with some new OEM badges and a few other goodies as well. Now, if I could, I would just leave this thing badgeless, but there are holes in the front bumper and holes in the trunk for where the badges go. That's not really an option unless we were to fill all the holes and repaint both the trunk or the hatch and the front bumper, which of course is not really worth it. All right, quick wipe down with some IPA. Oh man, the first badge is installed and that looks so beautiful. I like how they are like a dark gray. It kind of blends in with the car. If they stood out a lot, I don't think it would look good, but I do think that looks pretty nice. Now let's go ahead and install the Supra Turbo badge. Now every photo I'm seeing online, the Supra Turbo is parallel with this bottom edge. I wasn't sure if it's supposed to go on the car straight or exactly how that goes, but it looks like all of them are parallel with this bottom edge. Let's hope that's right. Both of the rear badges are installed. I'm very, very happy I did some research and took my time on this one. I was going to try to put it straight, I guess you could say parallel with up here, but that is how it goes and that looks perfect. Very, very proper. Now, do I install this or not? This will go on, or it's supposed to go on the left-hand side. I don't know if I'm gonna put this on. I think I'm gonna leave the Toyota off the trunk. But this guy right here, this guy goes in the front bumper on those holes. This thing is fully badged up. While we're up front, I'm going ahead and removing this thing right here, which is the license plate mount. After you pull it off, you have holes in the bumper. So I went on eBay and I found this for $20. And that'll bolt right onto the bumper. Well, that looks 10,000 times better. One more thing for the rear, and let's call it a day. I'm assuming the previous owner of this car already had one of these installed because the paint is a little bit hammered around the license plate in the rear. Let's hope this covers all of that up. So this is what I ended up with in the rear. That license plate frame covers up all of that damaged paint that we had, unless you really peek back here. Definitely does the trick, and I'm definitely stoked on how it looks. And here she is outside, all cleaned up, fresh tint, fresh badges. That, my friends, is exactly what the Supra needed. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Goodbye.